Welcome back. We're finally on module 1.5. This is the module that you get to prove your skills to me because this is the speech competition. In this module, you're going to use what you've learned in modules 1.1 through 1.4 to not only prove your skills to me, but also compete with other students. So your goal here is to really showcase yourself, right? Come up with an original speech to showcase your skills. Now, here's the prompt for the speech competition. You're gonna write and deliver a 3 to 5 minute speech for one of the following speech types: narrative, descriptive, or persuasive. Again, that's narrative, descriptive, or persuasive. You can't do a process analysis speech, a cause and effect speech, or a compare and contrast speech. The only available speech types for you for this speech competition are a narrative, descriptive, or persuasive. Now, there's a reason I repeated that 3 times. That's because I don't want to see you giving me a speech that's not one of those 3 speech types. The best thing about the speech competition is that the topic and content of your speech is completely up to you. Of course, you want to make it interesting because that's the way you're going to win the competition, but what you're actually speaking on is completely up to you. Okay, so here are some directions for submitting your speech to the contest. The first thing you're going to do is make sure you write and you finalize your speech transcript. Right? Then what you're going to go ahead and do is put this onto the module 1.5 Google form. This Google form is literally just titled module 1.5 speech competition. So again, it's module 1.5 speech competition. So that's the first thing you're going to see on that form is a little space, a text box area where you can copy and paste your speech transcript. The second thing you're going to do is film yourself delivering the speech. Now, you can film yourself either reading it off of a piece of paper or memorized. Of course, if you want to win, you should probably memorize it because that's only going to give you more points. Next, after filming yourself, you're going to post the video privately onto YouTube. Now, the reason I say this is that if you post it privately, only people with the link can access it. If you want to go ahead and post it publicly so that anyone can see it, that's also up to you. But I would recommend that you post it privately so that I'm the only one that can see it. So after you post it privately onto YouTube, you're going to get the link to your video. Next, you're going to take that link and once again go back to the module 1.5 Google form and submit it into the second question there, which once again literally just asks you to submit the link to your speech video. Now, step number 3 is really important, and that's the fact that steps 1 and 2 should both be done simultaneously. What this means is that only submit the Google form once you have both your speech transcript and your YouTube link copy and pasted onto the Google form. Once you're done with this, you're just going to go ahead and submit the Google form, and then I will begin the grading process. Grading criteria. So here's a little bit of insight on what I will be assessing you on and how I will be determining the winner. Basically, I'll be grading you on everything you've learned so far. So that falls into 3 main categories. The first one is fundamental skills. Now, these are the basics, right? These are the first things you learn when you started taking this class. And that's going to be confidence, eye contact, body language, tone, volume, all the very basic public speaking skills that are required. The second one is going to be presentation skills. Now, I'll be assessing things like delivery. Are you clear and articulate? Is it easy to understand you? I'll be assessing your purpose. If you state that your purpose is one thing, do you make that very clear in your speech, or is it more difficult to follow? Right? It's really, really important that you make that purpose very clear in your speech. You want it to come out and kind of scream at me when you give that speech. The next thing is your structure and your organization, right? We learned the introduction, the middle or the meat of the speech, and then the conclusion, right? Use those notes to really organize and structure your speech well. And then the third thing will be speech structure. Sorry, not speech structure, excuse me, speech content. That's gonna be the third thing. Now, this will be, I'll be assessing exactly what it says, right? I'll be assessing what exactly the topic of your speech was on and how you spoke about that topic. So the first thing I'll be looking at is how difficult the content of your speech was. You know, are you challenging yourself? Are you pushing yourself to new limits by picking a topic that's original and unique, right? I mentioned that right here. Are you picking a topic that's original and unique? Or are you just picking a topic that almost everyone can talk about? So if you really want to win, remember, it's important that you pick a topic that's special to you and that's original and unique. Another thing I'll be assessing is your concision and precision, your precision. This is essentially how clear your speech is, right? So when you're delivering your content, you want to make sure you format your speech in such a way that the individual points that you're making come off very clearly and they're easy to follow for the audience. So I'll be assessing that. And finally, I'll be assessing your rhetoric, your usage of ethos, logos, and pathos. Did you focus excessively on just one part of it? Or did you evenly focus on all the different parts, right? Did you split your focus evenly between ethos, logos, and pathos, which is what you should be doing to deliver a very impactful speech, right? So I would go ahead and take note of this grading criteria if I were you, so that you know what to focus on when you're writing your speech and when you're delivering it. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let me know. I will answer them as quickly as possible. But that's the general gist of what this module is going to be on. Thank you.